the thoughts from a sewing machine, but there actually is no sewing machine, but actually it is, it's over there, and I'm just really lazy and I don't want to thread a bobbin because I am the sewing machine.
Welcome back to Thoughts from a Sewing Machine. There's actually no sewing machine. It's also actually over there. I'm just ready to thread a bobbin
I also am the sewing
and
machine.
I am the sewing machine.
Welcome back. This is the first episode in this series, which I think will do fantastically. And today is a small project, but important. Just folding some sheets, and I found some pretty big holes in one of them, so we're making some patches. This probably isn't the right way to make patches, but like, I don't care. Okay, let's get sewing.
Did someone say cut? Anyways,
As much as I'm gonna be sewing, this is not a tutorial. You're not even gonna see my hands because I don't have a tripod. So we're just gonna vibe, and I'm gonna start because this is fun. So it's,
What day is it?
I have no clue. It's a day during the week. It's been really uneventful. I currently technically have the week off because it's midterms week and I didn't have a lot of tests. Thank God. So we're just kind of vibing. I'm watching a lot of John Townsend and just living it up. What else? Nothing. Okay, life is boring. It's 2021, which is really fun and fresh.
No one said that in 2 years. Good job.
There's not much going on. Struggling with motivation. I think that's the T. Who knows when this video is going up, basically. Because I have no idea when I'm gonna have the motivation to finish it. Great. I also kind of look like a mole rat right now, but it's okay.
comment down below if you see the resemblance.
It's just one of those days. And if you're actually interested in what I'm doing, I'm just kind of whipping. And by whipping, I don't mean the disgusting dance kind. I mean whip stitching around the edge of the patch just to secure it, and then I'm going to do it from the other side because it's fraying, and I also used cotton to do this, which was probably really stupid because the fabric that I had just scraps of cabbage of frays like fucking crazy. So yeah.
And for all you uneducated swine, cabbage is actually the period term for scraps of fabric.
Big vibes. And I just pulled it out. Okay, wonderful. I started reading this book today called Profiles in Courage by JFK. It was published when he was still a senator. So in like 1956, I'm pretty sure. Because he became president in 1960. Fun. Well, not for him. In the end, that was too soon. Is it too soon? It's been a while. Is it too soon?
Join us next week on Questions of Morality with Paige.
Is about political courage, and the reason I'm reading it is because there's a scholarship essay that my mother would like me to write, and I'm actually interested in the topic. Just have no motivation to like read. I just feel really tired all of a sudden today. I don't know, maybe it's because I've been like doing stuff, because I was in school on Monday, took a couple tests, was completely done, and then kind of like went into creative mode. And I think I'm not going to be satisfied until I watch all of the Lord of the Rings movies in consequential order with no breaks, which I'm probably going to do later today. and take a nap. Actually, no, taking a nap usually makes me feel worse. So probably finish the painting I started like almost a month ago, which still isn't done. And it's a pieced painting, which, and by that I mean like it has like 4 different like boxes that make it up, and I'm only done with one of them. I've started the second one, but yeah, life is great. Also, life update. I got into my first college, which is tight. I have to check the other application sites because one of them was down, and by one of them I mean the by one of them I mean CUNY first.
Repeat after me. Cooney first.
So that's fun and fresh, and I don't feel as satisfied as I feel like I should. However, I hope, and I pray that I will feel satisfied when I get them all back. However, who knows?
Probably Beebus. Probably my mom.
What is life anymore? I don't really know. Yeah, we're just kind of vibing. Not really. Oh, channel update. Okay. Hello. One, I hope you all enjoyed my last video, which was the cute little ambient kind of vibe thing. I don't really know what it was, that I posted, because I really liked it, and it was really kind of easy to make. So if you want more of those, let me know, because I know the comments are disabled for that video, and I think it's because I did it on my phone, and I don't know how to fix it. So if you would like more of those, and I'm planning on doing more of those, so if you'd actually like to see them, hit me up. Yeah. And in regards to my other series, my lore series, that's going to be completely changing, because I have completely changed the lore. However, the general layout is pretty much the same, but I have completely made it my own, meaning that I have all of the characters are now mine. They have their own names, they have their own backstories. I have 5 different ethnicities from the region. I have a map, I have capital cities, I have a government system. Like we're serious here. There's so much. So we're gonna keep those videos up because I did put a lot of time and effort into them. But I'm thinking, and tell me what you're thinking, that I'm just gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna not talk about specific characters at first. I'm gonna explain how the world actually works. So like I'll have an episode on the government system and about some of the different functions if you're interested in that, and maybe just sections in the video. I mean, do you really care if it's a bicameral legislature or not? Or like, I mean, I do, because I'm majoring in political science, but like you probably don't, because you're probably not majoring in political science, and you're just here for the content and for the awkward zoom in.
And the voice distortion.
Yeah, that's gonna be coming soon. I lost a lot of motivation for the series. Not passion, just motivation. Because I had no time to write. And I was so focused on tests and applying to colleges that I was just so exhausted that I had no time to do anything else. But now I have time. So, expect a lot more of that. I have to update the Wattpad series, like the actual collection, because all of those chapters are now void, because they're all still technically a fan fiction. But I have 2 completed with the new edits, but I've been very busy making languages, religions. The ethnicities are done. I still have to finish a couple of the religions, and then I'm writing a teaser chapter for one of the sub-series, and I actually wrote another teaser chapter for another one of the sub-series, but it's just one book that I'm planning on writing. And that took a lot of my time, and I'm also doing a lot of personal research about not just political science, but like old literature, and I've been doing a lot of like reading on Anglo-Saxon texts, and I'm really getting into like medieval literature, Dante, and even older than that, Anglo-Saxon, Beowulf, and it's just so much stuff that I'm interested in and not enough time to do it. And not to mention that I got back into my Assassin's Creed phase, and now I'm getting back into my Red Dead Redemption phase and Lord of the Rings at the same time, which is the weirdest kind of combination of things. But that's like what my series is. It's a combination of everything that I like, but like not being everything that I like, because that's kind of copyrighted. Yeah, that's great. I've also been sewing a lot, which is the reason that I was requested to make this series by a very certain someone who knows who she is, because I've been making stuff and like fixing clothes that have been in my closet, because I've been cleaning out my clothing. I know, which is something that always daunts me, probably because it just, probably because it feels like it takes forever. However, it hasn't been taking forever. I've been writing a lot of music, like a lot of music. I said, like, the minute I finished all of my tests, I think my brain, like the creative side of my brain, like remembered that it could turn itself on. And then it did, because I got home on Monday night and I finished a song that has been like haunting me for 2 weeks, which I'm in love with, and maybe I will post something like an ambience on it soon. Perhaps. I mean, to do one of those, I have to be at school and record it myself playing the piano and singing it in the practice rooms. So we have practice rooms that are sound isolated. And I'm not at school right now because it's midterms week. So maybe if all things go as planned, I'll record that on Monday, and if y'all are interested, I'll do a little aesthetic kind of background for it. However, it's a jazz song, so I don't know how aesthetic I can make it. Like the pictures. I really don't know how I'm gonna do that, because I don't really... I'll figure something out. I really hope it snows again, because it's about winter, so hopefully I'll get some nice wintry shots, because all the snow is melted already. Yeah, sad. I'm kind of angry that it snowed when I wasn't at school, and like when none of us were there, because we could have had a snow day, could have had our midterms canceled. But no, it has to be the day I'm not going to school. I don't know why. Kind of know why. Kind of don't know why. Here, I'll take my hair out so I don't look like a mole rat. Kind of know why. Kind of don't know why. I've been in a very 1960s kind of vibe. I mean, I dress vintage, eclectic, basically. That's really the only way I can describe it. It's what I prefer. I think it's very flattering on my body, and it's very comfortable for me, and I like looking like Jackie Kennedy. I've been in a very 60s mood. I don't know if it's foreshadowing for the fact that I'm gonna like the book that I'm reading, and I'm only on chapter 1, because I've had no motivation to read at all this week, but I'm kind of really into it. Maybe it's also because, okay, so I watched WandaVision, which is fantastic, and I love it, and I'm not gonna say anything else, but like the 1960s episode kind of made me crave the bubble flip hair, so I kind of did it yesterday, and it was kind of amazing. And it was kind of my favorite thing, and I made a pillbox hat like last year, and it just completed the look. That makes me happy. I also found out that doing my makeup makes me really efficient, because it makes me feel like I have something important to do, because I'm dressed, because like I'm like making myself up to do something. I mean, during quarantine last year, I would get dressed every day, even if it was just something really loose and comfortable, because it made me feel like I was getting something done. But I found that makeup is one of the things that just elevates it to a whole nother level. Like, I could be playing a video game, like just like something random, and I'll have makeup on and I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm getting shit done. So moving on to the second patch, I'm just gonna this other one is done from this side. I'm gonna flip it and do the other side just to make sure that it doesn't fray, because that's not fun. I'm pretty sure that this sheet is made of cotton. I could be wrong, and it could be linen, but I think it's cotton. Like it's pretty dense. So it's really warm. It's a cotton flannel, I'm pretty sure. But it's not as like, because we have a lot of cotton flannel sheets because it gets very cold in this house. So right now all of us have flannels on our beds. Right, and none of them feel as like, this feels more like towel, but not like in a rough kind of way. It feels like a really expensive towel of like really fine and like soft Egyptian cotton. Like, I have some Egyptian cotton towels that kind of feel like this, but obviously they're towels and they're meant to be, they have the little floofs so that they can absorb the water, and so they don't feel as soft. They kind of feel like this, but that's because they're made of the same material, ding dongs. But like, you know what I mean. And if you don't, just say you do, honestly. Fake it till you make it. Yesterday I was watching deleted scenes from Lord of the Rings, because all of the memes that I've been seeing, because I get a lot of Lord of the Rings memes because I'm that kind of person, kept mentioning like deleted scenes from the movie. And for example, if you know the movies, the Fellowship leaving Rivendell, which is in the book and not in the movie, because obviously they had to cut down on time, because the movies are 3 hours long, and if they left all of those in, they would have been 4 hours, which I would have watched. But like there's this scene of like Arwen at Helm's Deep, and I was like, what? I need to see this. But then that led me into watching bloopers of Orlando Bloom, which was very, 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 very dangerous. I think it's not, some of them are funny. Like, some of the bloopers videos are actually funny. Some of them are subpar. But like, the thing that I think is interesting about them is that it shows life, like what it's like behind the scenes. Because like, there's this one scene in The Hobbit, right? Oh my god, this scene is incredible. So when they're escaping Mirkwood in the barrels, and Legolas is like standing on top of the dwarves' heads that are in the barrels and shooting at the orcs, and it's the coolest fucking thing. And the way that they did it is like so crazy. It's like, it's in a green screen room, right? And there are these two guys that have like an end of a seesaw, but like there's a cut in the middle of the seesaw, and so it's like the seesaw is like here, but there's a bridge, like a little section in the middle that there's no wood, and it's covered in green so that they can get it out, right? And they're just like pumping the seesaw, and Orlando Bloom has to balance on each end, and it's so cool. I am like so fascinated. So I want to make my series into a movie one day, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that could be really cool. I mean, but like when are you ever gonna need to use that if you're not escaping from the elves in a barrel? Like, that's so cool. Like, I feel like I want to write a scene into my book so I can use that contraption in the future, because that's so genius. green screens are so weird. How did we even discover that they existed? Like, I understand, but I don't understand. Like, I wish I understood better. It's like, I know, like, the basics of how they work, but, like, at the same time, it's like, how? It literally seems like magic. Because, like, even, like, when they're doing stunts in The Lord of the Rings, like, with the elves, because they can jump high and shit, you know? They put, like, green rope, like, on their harnesses, and, like, they wear green harnesses and stuff, right? To make them, like, get high, because it's, like, pulling them like a puppet. Like a puppet. And it's like, how does it just disappear? Let me tell you, the film world is crazy. I wish I understood. I wish I understood. I'm sorry, I'm getting really close and personal. I'm trying to see what I'm doing. Okay. Just stitching away. Ever heard of the YouTube channel Ambient Worlds? I think you need to go there right now because their videos are so cool. I use them when I deep focus, so like if I have like a huge assignment coming up and something that like requires utter focus, like current events, which is just like constant writing. I put them on, and I prefer wearing headphones in, so like I feel like I'm there, because if I put them on speaker or just use them as a speaker on my phone or my computer, I can still hear everyone in my house and it makes me angry. So if you're interested in ambient music or want to try it, because it's a little bit different, it's different than white noise. White noise is just like a sound on repeat, but this is like white noise with music on top of it, and it's really cool. And even just like not to focus and just to like to vibe, I feel it's good background music. If you would like some suggestions, the Hogwarts classroom I use when I'm studying. So good. Rainy Day at Hogwarts sounds really good. Oh, Winter at Hogsmeade. I don't think it's the name of the video, but it's like Winter Hogwarts or something, and it's basically just the Hogsmeade theme from Harry Potter, and it's so good. And then my favorite is Rivendell. Rivendell is, if you asked me, where's the #1 fantasy place that I want to live, I'd say Rivendell, because it is just the most beautiful thing. And I love the music on the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings soundtrack that they use in Rivendell. I think it is the most angelic, like soothing. It's just so cool. So yeah, the Rivendell ones, all of them are just fantastic. And I can't listen to it too much because it makes me cry for some reason. But the Toriel's theme, the Feast of Starlight theme from The Hobbit, is also really good, and that one's really long, the video. So if you have like, I also listen to them when I paint, because I paint and paint and paint and paint and paint, and I don't stop. So highly recommend. I also like any of the Shire ones. Those ones are fun. The Green Dragon one is especially nice.
Now here's the point in the video where I wanted to avoid confrontation, so I stopped filming because my brother got out of the shower. But here's actually what I did. You can see the tiny little whip stitches all around the edges of the patches, and they are really good and really strong. And it's on both sides to stop the fabric from fraying and to stop the patch from fraying. So great. I think I did a pretty good job. I'm going to do more of these, whether you like it or not, so you better like it. Yeah, like the video. Thanks. Good job, me. And as a congratulatory effort, here's some video footage of my dog Tim, even though you did nothing and I did everything. It's fun.